Hello, Hujam. This is Lorraine Farhouda, and this is my final project presentation. My final project is a hospital billing system, which allows the receptionist of the hospital to control all the doctor's data, which he can add or delete or edit, and the same thing for patient data. And the last thing is to make new bills and print them. In this project, I have used object-oriented programming methods. I have used abstract classes, inheritance, polymorphism. Now let's see the code. I'm showing you the code here because every time I try to record it from the IDE itself, the screen freeze and I couldn't show you all of the code. So that's why. Here I have all the classes I have made for this project. It's under a file called php classes.php. So as you can see here, I have an abstract class called person. It's the super class for my classes. It gets the attributes name and age, and I have a constructor which will construct the object, of course. Now inside the constructor, I have called the methods set name and set age because I have to do some error handling. As you can see here, for in the set name, I have to make sure that the name only contains letters or spaces, or else it will give him an error message. The same thing here for the set age. I have to make sure that the age is between 0 and 100. And if it is, it will assign it to the um, attribute in this class itself. And also I have get name and get age, which will return the name and age. And here I have an abstract method that's called print info, which I will here I used polymorphism because I want the classes to do the same function but with different way. Yes, here I have a doctor class which is extend the person class. So now the doctor class is a subclass of person. I have the office fee attribute and specialty attribute. Here of course I have a constructor again to construct doctor objects. It takes a name, age, office fee, and specialty attributes. And for setting the name and age, because I have already assigned it in person class, so I'm only going to call the constructor from the parent class, which is the person. And I will do here the same thing again by calling the set office fee and set specialty because I have to do some error handling again. So for specialty, I have to make sure again it's only contains letter and spaces. And for office fee, I have to make sure it's a positive number. And here I have the getters, which get office, which will return the office fee, and get specialty, which will retain the specialty. Here I have implemented the abstract method and person class, which is print info, and make it print the information of the doctor. So here I got the doctor name. I used get name here, this get name, because I want the object, this object, and the same thing for specialty. Now the second subclass of the class person is patient, which will only have the attribute the social security number. And the same thing I will do here, the constructor which will take the name and age from the parent class, and the social security number from this class. Here I don't have to make any error handling because the social security number can contain numbers or um, special characters or even spaces. So yeah, here I have function set social security number and get social security number, and the same thing I have implemented the print info again here to print the patient information now. So I have used the get name again and get SSN. And the last class I have is the billing class. Here the billing class, it will take the it will take an object from the doctor class and from the patient class as attributes, as you can see here. And also it have a date and it have a billing amount. So yeah, as you can see here, I have specified that the attribute that's gonna pass in this constructor, the first attribute doctor, it has to be a doctor object, and the patient attribute, it has to be a patient object, and I have the date. Here I'm going to do the regular constructor thing. And for the billing amount, since I already have an office fee in the doctor object, I will just get it here and assigning to billing amount. So I will take the doctor object and get the office fee from it and assign it to the billing amount here. Here I have setters and getters, regular setters and getters, set doctor, set patient, set date, set billing amount, and getters, get doctor, get patient, get date, and get billing amount. And here I have made function called bill info that will simply print the bill information. It will give me the doctor name. As you can see here, I use this get doctor, get name, because I want the doctor from this class, and I want the name of the doctor, and the same thing for the patient, and the same thing for the billing amount and date. So that's it for all the classes I have in this project. Now let's see the rest of the code. And sure, here I have a class called database. I have forget about it. This class is responsible for making the connection between the database or disconnection. So here I have an attributes called server name, database user, and database password. The assigning to the variable here. So for server name, it's localhost. For DB name, it's final project. This is my database name. And for database user, it's called root since I'm using XAMPP. And for password, I haven't set any password. So yeah, here for the I made two functions. The first function is connect, and the second function is disconnect. For the first function, I have used here the PDO method in connecting and interaction with the database. So first of all, I have to make a new PDO um, object, which I will pass all the information here to it, and simply return it. Here I'm just setting the fetch mode and stuff like that. And here I'm simply returning the object. And for the disconnect, I will simply assign the object to null, so that will destroy the connection and return it back. Now I have a new doctor.php file, which will allow the receptionist to create a new doctor and insert it in the database. So first of all, I have included the classes .php and dp.php, which will have the classes and the database connection. So yes, as you can see here, have made a form that will take the doctor name, the doctor age, the office fee, and specialty. And when the user submitted, I will take those information. I will I will check here if the button is clicked. I will take all the information like name, age, office fee, and specialty. Then I will create a new doctor object by passing all the information through the constructor. Then I will serialize this object to convert it into a string to make it easier to store it in the database. Then I have created the connection. First, I have created a new object from DP class to access all its method. Then I have called the connect method, which will connect with the database. Then I have prepared the SQL statement, which simply it's an insert statement, which will take the doctor data and save it in the database. Then simply I have executed the statement. And that way it will get saved in the database um, directly. So here I also have, yeah, because I have set some error handling in the classes, as you said, as you saw previously. Now here I'm just checking if there is any error in the URL by get method. Sorry. So I will check if there is an error like invalid specialty. The receptionist enter some special characters or numbers in the specialty field. That's why it will return an error. And the same thing for the office fee. As you remember, it has to be a positive number, so it will check. And here it will give an alert, invalid office fee. And the same exact thing I have made for the new patient. So I have a file called new patient.php. It will do the exact same thing, just with the different attributes here, because I don't have all these attributes in the patient class. I only have the social security number, the name and age, and social security number. As you can see here, this is my new doctor.php file. The same exact thing, only the difference here, the attributes for the um, patient. Made a new object, serialize it, and do the connection, and insert it in the database. Here I have the edit.doctor.php file, which will allow the receptionist to edit or delete a doctor from the database. So as you can see here, first I have made a form that will make the receptionist to choose from the doctors we have in the database and choose if he wants to edit it or delete it. So yeah, first of all, I have um, do the connection again with the database and made the select all from doctor to show it to the receptionist to choose from it the specific doctor he wants to edit or delete. Here I just got the column count for the result, because here I have used an for loop to show the doctor data and from the database to the user, so he can choose from it. And I will return uh, the index that he chose, because whenever I try to return the object itself, يعني, it's converted to a string again, and I didn't know why this happened. So to solve this problem, I have make it to return the index only, because as you can see here, when I unserialize the object to the data to make it back to doctor object, I have used the result array with this index. So whenever the user chose the doctor, I will get the index back. So yeah, whenever he chose to edit the doctor, first of all I will get the index and know the object itself. So as you can see here, I have saved the doctor and called it old doctor, because this is the old information, and we want to update it. So because I don't want the old doctor information anymore, I will delete it from the database. As you can see here, I made a delete a query, and I will delete it. Then I will make the user choose which attribute he wants to edit. As you can see here in the form itself, I have given him the options to edit the name, age, office fee, and specialty. And also I give him a text field to enter the new data he want. So yeah, here I will check which attribute the user entered. Then I will set the new data. For example, if the receptionist wants to edit the name, I will simply call set name for the object. If he wants to age, I will simply call the set age, and so on. Then I will serialize it to return it, to convert it to a string, then put it back in the database. Then the same thing if the receptionist want to delete. If he click the delete button, I will take the index again, then select all the doctors, then get the doctors with the specific index the user chose. Then I will simply delete it from the database. And of course, I did the same exact thing again for the edit patient file. Here I also have the view doctor .php file, which will allows the receptionist to view all the doctor in the database. So it's very simple. I have this query here, select all from doctor, and I will print it out to the user, and that's it. And I also have the same exact file again for the patient table, that will allow the receptionist to see all the patient in the database. And the last functionality that the project has is the receptionist can establish or create a bill. So here I put a form for the user to choose the doctor and choose the patient object, then simply enter the date, and as you can see here, I did the connection again show all the doctors so he can choose from it. The same thing for patient. And when he enter the date and submit the form, this will go to the printbill.php file that will take the information again, because I have the same problem here with passing objects. So I got it with the index, then get the object back from the database. So yeah, I got the doctor, the patient, and the date. Here the same thing happening. Then I will create a new bell object. Um, yeah, now the user can easily see the print and see the bell and print it. Here it's only the front end for the invoice, and I used, of course, the name, age, get methods, I mean, to print out the information needed. And now I will, here I used the bell object methods to calculate the total for the patient that he have to pay. And that's it. And I will show you how the final output will be. So here is the final output. As a receptionist, the first thing I encountered the first time I entered this system is to choose whether I want to do something to do with doctors or patients, or I just want to make a new bill. So let's see for doctors. Again, I have three options: add a new doctor, edit a doctor, or view a doctor. Okay, so for example, I want to add a new doctor. I will add any random information. Uh, so now if we check with the database, here we have, as you can see here, it added. Wait a second. So yeah, here it is. As you can see here, the name is Omar, and age 23, and this is the same specialty that we entered. Okay, now for example, I want to edit a doctor. I will edit um, this one here. Okay, I want just to edit the name. I will enter uh, anything. Okay, now if we go here. Wait a second, I will. It's easier to see it from view doctors. Now, as you can see here, we have name Lulu. Now it's the same thing we have entered. Uh, if I want to delete a doctor, I want to delete the last thing we did. Now let's check if it's deleted. Yeah, so now we only have three doctors. So yeah, this is it for doctors. Now for patients, I have the same exact thing. Add a new patient, whatever. Submit. Now it's added. When we go to view patients, here the one we have added. The same thing with edit patient. Now, for example, I want to edit this patient age. I want it to be 99. Now when I go to view doctors again, I mean view patient, Oh, now for the print info method, I didn't print the age, so I only print the SSN. So let's try for the SSN, Social Security number. Let's edit patient, the same one again. Um, okay, now let's check. Yeah. So now we make sure that it's working. And for delete a patient, I want to delete this one again. Oh, sorry, I want to delete it. Let's now view doctors again. I mean patients. Now we only have two. Okay. Now for the last thing, for the last option I have for the hospital billing system, that is make a new bill. When I want to make a new bill, I have to choose the doctor name, for example. I'm gonna choose this, and the patient name, patient object. I mean. Then I will simply choose a date. Then I will submit it. Then I have here the um, invoice with the date I have entered, with the patient name, and with all the patient information here, and with the office fee for the doctor. Here the doctor name, specialty, and office fee. And I also added about, which is 15%. So yeah, and here we have a print button if the receptionists want to print it. So yeah, that's all for my final net programming 2 project. I hope you like it, and thank you very much for watching.